Listen closely, because this isn't something you'll hear from people trying to make you feel good. I'm 85 years old. I've buried friends. I've watched dreams die. I've seen strong men become weak, and weak men become powerful. And if there's one truth I learned too late, it's this. Your comfort zone is not a safe place. It's a prison. And the worst part? You build the walls yourself. You call it peace. You call it stability. You call it being realistic. But deep down, you know what it really is. Fear. I remember when I was young, I told myself I would take risks one day. I said I'd start that business when the time felt right. I said I'd move cities when I had more money. I said I'd speak up when I felt more confident. That one day turned into 10 years, then 20. And suddenly I woke up and realized I had spent half my life waiting to feel ready. Let me tell you something that might hurt to hear. You will never feel ready. Comfort is dangerous because it feels harmless. There's no alarm, no warning, no loud crash to tell you you're stuck. It's quiet, it's warm, and slowly it makes you smaller. You stop trying new things, you stop meeting new people, you stop chasing the life you once dreamed about. Not because you can't, but because you've gotten used to where you are. I've seen men stay in jobs they hate for 40 years because it felt safe. I've seen people stay in relationships that drained their soul because it was familiar. I've seen talented people live ordinary lives because they were too afraid to look foolish. And the saddest thing? They convinced themselves they were happy. Here's the truth about comfort. It steals your life in slow motion. It tells you, don't risk it. It whispers, what if you fail? It reminds you, at least you're secure. But it never asks the real question. What if you're wasting your life? At 85, you don't regret the risks you took. You regret the chances you didn't take. You regret the business you never started, the trip you never took, the person you never spoke to, the life you were too afraid to chase. Because one day, time stops asking politely. It starts taking. And when you get old, you realize something most people never understand when they're young. Security is not the same as living. I worked with a man once who had a stable job, a steady paycheck, and a predictable routine. Every day was the same. Same chair, same lunch, same road home. He said he liked it that way. 25 years later, he retired, sat at home, and one evening he told me, "I don't know what I did with my life." That sentence stayed with me. He didn't suffer, he didn't struggle, he didn't take risks. And that was the problem. He stayed comfortable. If you want to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to walk into rooms where you feel small. You have to try things you might fail at. You have to risk being embarrassed. You have to start before you feel ready. That's the price of becoming more. Because everything you want is outside that prison you call comfort. Confidence is out there. Opportunity is out there. The life you dream about is out there. And none of it comes knocking on your door while you sit safely inside. When I was younger, the moments that changed my life were the ones that scared me the most. Moving to a new place, starting something with no guarantee, speaking when my voice was shaking. Every time I stepped outside my comfort zone, life expanded. Every time I stayed inside it, life stood still. And time does not reward people who stand still. At 85, I can tell you this with certainty. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in uncertainty. You grow in risk. You grow when you stop choosing what feels safe and start choosing what feels meaningful. So if you're listening to me right now, ask yourself one question. Are you living, or are you just staying comfortable? Because the door to that prison isn't locked. It never was. You can walk out anytime, but you have to be brave enough to leave.